Imagine her figure on stage. Energetic, perfect, radiating an aura that fascinates every spectator. For many years, Jungkook was known as the Golden Magne, with his talent and impeccable visuals. But what happens when the lights go out and the makeup is washed off? A harsh and shocking reality turned out to be hidden behind her alluring smile. Behind the glamour and the spotlight of the camera, it turns out there is a silent struggle that he faces. Her skin, which was once smooth, now harbors severe scars and irritations that are not easy to heal. Not only that, her iconic crown, her thick hair, was slowly thinning, showing alarming signs of loss. This is not just an issue of beauty, but a real physical impact of years of sacrifice. Confessions from behind-the-scenes experts reveal that this condition is the result of the accumulation of extreme stress, endlessly busy schedules, and the constant use of harsh chemical products for hairstyling and stage makeup. Every performance, every perfect performance, turns out to be paid a very expensive price by him. And most of all, Army's heart was torn apart. All this he experienced in silence, while continuing to smile happily at his fans. This fact triggers a big question that surrounds the entertainment industry. To what extent are we willing to sacrifice the human behind the idol to quench the thirst for entertainment? The future of BTS, which is on hiatus, seems to be haunted by this shadow, making us all wonder, will Jungkook really recover? Or is this a wound he will carry forever? This harsh reality forces us to look even deeper. This is not just about Jungkook, but about the entire entertainment industry machine that continues to grind mercilessly. Every strand of hair that falls out and every irritation on her skin is a reflection of the countless sacrifices she makes for her art and fans. The dermatologists consulted secretly revealed that Jungkook's condition was consistent with exposure to high levels of oxidative stress and chronic allergens, a deadly combination often found in individuals exposed to high-pressure environments and overexposure to chemicals. Even more devastating is the fact that in a world full of stylists and personal doctors, this problem persists. This proves that no amount of money or facilities can fully protect them from the cruel demands to always look their best. Every new concept, every look that requires heavy makeup and extreme styling leaves an ever deeper scar, both physically and emotionally. And in the midst of all this, quietly, Army began to put the pieces together. Bits and pieces of old videos in which he is seen scratching his skin unconsciously, photos in which the beanie's hat he wears suddenly becomes a constant means of covering, not simply a style. Every time he stooped down and a beam of light shone on a certain part of his head, there was an unspeakable story. It is a suffering that is done in front of the eyes of all of us, but hidden behind the smile and the powerful gaze that it gives for the camera. Now, with the hiatus supposed to be a period of healing, an urgent question arises. Will time and rest be enough to heal the wounds that have formed over the years? Or is it a permanent scar, a bitter reminder of the price to pay to be the best in the world? BTS's future as a full-fledged group, ultimately, depends on the well-being of each of its members. And now, amid the silence of the hiatus, a most frightening and emotional question is finally revealed. What if this is not the end, but only the beginning of an inevitable decline? Can the Golden Magne we know come back to the way it was? Or will this wound change it forever, not only physically, but also mentally and artistically? A close source who declined to be named whispers softly about the long nights he spent obsessively researching to find a panacea, about his deep frustration when one product after another failed, and about his greatest fear, that he might never be able to return to his peak condition. It's no longer about hair loss or inflamed skin. It's about the deprivation of her identity, her work tools, and her confidence on stage. However, behind this darkness, there was a glimmer of hope that came precisely from himself. The latest news states that Jungkook has taken full control of his health. He has drastically reduced his public schedule and is undergoing holistic intensive care, combining modern medical treatment with traditional therapies and, most importantly, rest, which he is truly getting for the first time in 10 years. This is the biggest emotional shock that many people may not realize. Despite all his suffering, Jungkook is writing a new chapter of resilience. This silent struggle of his was not a sign of weakness, but a silent rebellion against the cruel pressures of industry. Every choice to rest, every treatment he underwent, was a declaration that he, as a human being, was more important than his image as an idol. The future of BTS? It will be built not on a fragile foundation of perfection, but on resilience and empathy. Jungkook's struggle might just be the catalyst that unites them stronger than ever, teaching the world that even at the peak of success, vulnerability is strength and rest is not defeat. Her healing journey is a reminder to all of us that behind the glitter and the thunder of applause, there are human beings who deserve to be protected, not just admired. And here's the final truth that breaks the illusion, a reality that may be too bitter for many to accept. The industry may never have been designed to care for those who are its source of inspiration. For years, we've all been lulled by glamour, dazzling music, and perfect dancing without ever really questioning the human cost behind it. Jungkook's struggle is not an isolated incident, but rather a symptom of a system that has long eaten its own children.